Hello, Matthias Warrior here, and today we are going to be continuing with the series of Abduction with part 2. If you haven't already and you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, like, and share. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I also added a link to the bottom, linking to the Epic Games website where you can purchase this game if you're interested. Without further ado, let's get at it. Okay. Oh, lights on. Hey. Kind of like the music. It's kind of groovy. What's over here? Oh, there's the door. No wonder it wouldn't open. You got this thing. Alright. Okay. Ew. What's this? A book? Mofang solid volume projector. Okay, so this looks like those things that have the messages. Dimensional projector produces apparently solid apparitions with light volume and some sort of simulated mass. Ruko says all projectors will have similar power levels and communications protocols. Okay. There appear to be 3 primary elements. Projector element beam emission provides the primary light energy source. Control arms, some kind of control of the beam in 3 dimensions. Color variable and mass invariable. Communications arms, internal comm signals supplied across gap to projection arms. Okay. We'll use 7-volt communications level as a carrier voltage. Varying the voltage around that baseline voltage produces solid like volume boxes in various colors formed from bottom to top, left to right. The Mofangs have tuned the retrace timing to 30 Hz for us. Mighty kind of them. For a full 3D resolution of approximately 525 by 150 by 150, the converter would be required to adjust the voltage about every 3 Hz or hours. I don't have an abundance of circuitry to build converters running at 333 megahertz. For still projections rocks, the refresh doesn't matter. The display is persistent unless the voltage varies from 7 volts. I can produce the projection from a still image and set the voltage to 7 to maintain it. Less than 0.8 volts results in clear, open, massless display space. Image bounds, radio transmitter, speaker, video source, converter. Okay. Notes: 1. Sound will be handled separately. 2. Some projection noise, slight shimmer from radio interference. 3. Moving image corruption noise toward bottom of projection. 4. Images above projection arm bounds are possible. 5. Checking for potential hidden lethality. Mayor's suggestion. Checks out. Can't find anything destructive. 6. Consistent, spurious, very high frequency background carrier. No idea what that could be. 7. Odd side effect. Projection intersecting any part of cell wall suppresses all transport. Not sure why I tried this. Farley claims it's related to some desire of mine to shoot everything at everything else. Okay. That ends that. What's this? Ambassador seed. Swap machine functionality. Radius of swap sphere is defined at first swap. Immutable. Seeds recharge naturally from ubiquitous ambient membrane power radiation tied to tree health. Forcing seed open triggers prep behavior radius demarcation. Small battery added to amplify ambient membrane power. Charges continuously. Parabolic focusing of power used to trigger seed swap behavior. Locking location of swap machines assures predictability. No unanticipated damage. Radius demarcation also occurs at same location in destination sphere. Without a without a pair seed defining the destination. Oh my gosh. Without a pair seed defining the destination swap location, the destination coordinates match the source. Voila, swapping on demand. Okay then. Some of these are like tongue twisters. Mayor's Imager request. Entry canyon, Farley's house, center of town, tree, water source or waterfall, membrane, wall, cell, question mark, the wall, tower, locomotive power generator, scrapyard, garage. Okay. So what? Okay. Looks like I have to go up here. Around this corner, down here. Oh, more notes. Ooh. Oh, a button.
Alright, now move around it.
Oh.
This is a one.
Why are you so nervous? This is just a test.
Okay, now what? Okay, that's enough.
Caroline, I swear you are a natural.
Where did you get these anyway? Are the Mofangs just giving you stuff now?
Being generous of late. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Okay. Read the note. Mofang Disabler Villain Technology Notes from APRAR. Designed to disable anything based on Mofang technology. Disables when blue beam cloud is within about 1.5 feet of any Mofang device element. Elements physically collapse. Reassembly is possible but non-trivial. APRAR assures me that it's not harmful, still not pointing it at my head. Ruko has not been told that the villains provided it. Well, I already tested that theory. The blue beam is safe. Okay, what's this? Lockdown list. Lock tree gate. Lock Farley's house. Lock power tower. Lock lower tower. Lock upper tower. Lift mine cart into workroom. Turn on Mofang disabler. Shut garage door. Pump water from tree roots. Turn on imager rocks. Close swing bridge. Divert river. Turn off power. Activate the dome disabler. Why do I have a feeling I have to undo all this stuff? Okay. What's this? A note. CW, please change Farley's lock code to secure the vault. Her address backwards should suffice. Regards, Joseph Jansen, Mayor Jansen. Okay. Another button. Ooh. Okay. Oh, you can move it. Ooh. Okay. So apparently this blue thing damages, I'm assuming, everything red. Try it. Ooh, okay. Ah, alright. Okay, okay. I see. We have another beam there. Okay. And okay, it's hard to see with this beaming right there, so I'm gonna turn it if I can. There we go. Okay, so there's the cart that it was mentioned in the letter. Blue beam. There's a seat. Okay. I'm gonna check that out in just a second. Wonder what this is. Ooh, a note. Okay, battery capacitor lock. Don't reverse plug polarity. New plug. Work begins on battery. Power test. First charging implemented. 10% charge. Focal test. 2 focal panels. Efficiency changes implemented. Measured 19% absorption. Maximum 50% charge. Bleeder completed. New secure plug. Critter proof. 100% charge. Bleeder switched on. Topped off charge. 6 focal panels built. Topped off charge. Topped off charge. Wow, you did a lot of charging. All focal panels built. Topped off charge. Topped off charge. Okay. So, ooh, can I? Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know what I did, but I did something. Where does this lead? Oh, to the tree. Oh, wait a minute. That water tower. It said something in that note. So, can I turn this on? Hey, we're letting water in. Cool. Okay. And can I go over here? No. Okay. So that's a no further for me on that. Okay, let's check this thing out. Is there a way to lower this? Ah, there's a button. Push it. Hey, there we go. Okay, I gotta get downstairs. How do I get... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming I have to take out that red beam, I think. Okay. Oh, I can enter. Okay. Okay, so how does this thing... Okay, WASD moves it. Okay. Oh, that turns it off. What does this do? Ooh. Ooh, I can move. Okay. So I kind of... okay, I see, I see. I see. Aha. So if I do this, this should switch directions. Jump back in. Alright, back her up. Oop. Must not pull far enough. Okay. Let's see. Still not far enough. Okay. Now try it. Oh, you. Okay. I sure hope I know what I'm doing. This thing isn't gonna like blow us all up, is it? I don't think so. He wouldn't. I don't think he wants to go home. I don't think he'd tell me to destroy something that's gonna blow everything up. Turn that back on. Turn the button. And turn it off, turn it off. Get out, get out, get out. Okay, that sound is chilling. That literally gave me chills. Okay. What next? Doing something in there. Hey. Hello? What do I do now? You in there, bud? Okay, I guess. I thought he told me to turn that off. Okay, then. Hey, yoo-hoo. Hey, there we go. Uh, I I think I did that already. Alright, so he didn't really give too much to go on. So I guess we're just gonna explore a little bit. Let's go back to just saying, this place is really unique and actually very inconsistent. You got a motorcycle. The mining town is like from the 1900s, but this stuff looks like it's from. That looks like it's from the 40s or 50s or even 30s, 20s. That building there looks a lot like modern. Is there a... Yeah, the door is open. Let's go check it out. Okay. Ooh, what is that? That's got a red cable to it. I don't know. No clue what that is. Okay. Keep following this. Where does this go? Ooh. A keypad. Wait a minute. Oh, I think I know where this is. I think this is Farley's house. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. The ad The addresses are code. Okay, so I gotta go all the way back. So I'm gonna cut it right here. And then when I get back, I'll have the code. So I will see you then. Okay, we're back. Okay, so the code is going to be 6341. Oh, hey. Okay. Oh, don't tell me I gotta go all the way back to get. Wait. Power line. Is this a door? It is. And I'm in. Welcome. Map. What is all this? Ooh, okay. I shall document the curious events that have transpired with myself, my family, friends, and co-workers. Hartnell was a peaceful mining town founded by my grandfather and nestled within the red rock of the desert in the Arizona Territory. The 163 inhabitants heard a mighty explosion on the night of June 27th, 1903. I sent several workers through the town to verify that the explosion had not caused any injuries or damage to mining equipment. Man, this is really hard to read. They returned and reported that it must have been a loud clap of thunder caused by dry lightning, for they found no damage. It was not until the light of the next morning that we were amazed to realize something profound had indeed occurred. At some point during that night, our entire mining facility and a large circle of the land around it seemed to have been scooped up and carried off in a completely different place. Oh, to a completely different place. All without anyone knowing about it. Ooh. Okay, the entire landscape outside of our circle of desert could only be described as alien. Large floating rocks could be seen in the distance. No one had ever seen anything like it anywhere on Earth. We fully explored our new surroundings, hoping to find a way home. No way home was ever found. In fact, we soon discovered that we take for granted now. Not only could we not get back home, we also could not access the landscape outside the desert. Curiously, we discovered that a flow of water was provided from a high point of rock, and we discovered a small tree growing in the very center of the circle. Our central tree that is so important to our lives here was just a mere sapling back then. Wow, this gets weirder and weirder. What is this? Species description, Mofang. Through ambassador seeds, the Mofang were the first non-human species humans were introduced to, and Lang was the first to call the alien a Mofang. Impressed with their advanced ability to imitate our sounds, movements, and mannerisms. Although they have a name for themselves, their language is mostly unpronounceable by humans. As a result, and because of their mimicry abilities, communication with the Mofang is primarily accomplished by their learning human languages rather than humans learning to speak Mofang. They have been able to learn almost every human language represented in Hunrath, enough to provide functional if rudimentary communication. The Mofang basic external morphology is remarkably humanoid. Bilateral symmetrical tetrapods, bipedal head with anterior facial features. Mouth, eyes, nostrils. Other external features include minimal body hair and raised dorsal protrusions. Constitution is somewhat frail due apparently to their thin and lightweight internal structure, but internal investigation has not been possible. They have ample cranial space to account for a substantial brain, and their intelligence is impressive as evidenced by their advanced technology. Sounds great. Whoa. Definitely humanoid. Okay. Array. After a certain level of maturity and health of the tree, a passage opened at its base. This passage allowed contact with 2 additional species. The first contact was with the array. The first contact revealed the array to be large beetle-like insects. We were unable to communicate directly with them in any way, but they appeared to have some rudimentary level of intelligence. It was Laurent Toth who first made the journey through the heart to Kaptar and named both the New World and the inhabitants. The array have 3 distinct variants that have become to be referred to as barnacle, beetle, and polyarch. Although their morphology is dramatically different from humans, their internal systems, like all of our neighbors, are supported by similar atmospheric composition and basic nutrients. In their barnacle stage, the array are completely immobile. The array stay in this egg-like development state seemingly indefinitely. In order to hatch, they must be in proximity of a polyarch and fertilized by the beetles after a certain stage of maturity. The beetles are the eyes and ears, hands and feet, with only a minimal nervous system of their own. They are essentially the sensory extensions of the immobile polyarchs. They are able to execute simple commands, but apparently have very little in the way of individual sentience. Hey, bug. What it looks like. Looks like a giant ant. The array polyarchs are the intelligence and consciousness of the species. Although it was obvious that there was intelligence behind the species, it wasn't until Caroline Farley began spending large amounts of time in close proximity that deeper communication began. With the room nearby, Farley was the first to communicate non-verbally and learn much about the species, including some historical information. The array species survived in their world while several other sentient species came and went. Among them an ancient species who formed a deeper relationship with the array, carving temples and dwellings for them in the rocks. And later a more recent species that took over much of their home world. This latter species was especially adept at mechanical construction, using it mostly to capture and process large flying creatures, using the beetles as bait. Sounds lovely. Ew, another bug. Villain. The final species to be discovered were the Villain. The Villain had been communicating with the array for many years through ambassador seeds, but became part of the larger community very shortly after the array. With a large and imposing frame and a form of communication based on a complex multi-voice low-frequency rumble, the initial introductions were intimidating. After several attempts, Amelie Vidal was able to begin some rudimentary communication and began visiting the Villain in Marais, which she named, on a regular basis. She discovered a complex and amazing society that was able to use their technology in unexpected ways. They had the ability to quickly transform their world using extruded structures based on some form of complex miniature substrate material. Unlike the other worlds, the Villain sphere is scooped out of a Villain's resettlement group that was preparing to set off into space to find a new homeworld. This was their way of life, to put themselves into stasis and scatter themselves through the stars. As mentioned previously, their appearance is imposing, standing about 9 feet tall. That's tall. With a distinct reptilian resemblance. They have 6 limbs, 2 muscular legs and arms, and a smaller set of arms. They control every aspect of their technology with their vocalizations, but over the years they have created control panels based on their number system that allow other species to easier access elements of their technology. Ooh, that's a big dude. No wonder they thought they were intimidating. Well, that's it. Okay, what's on this pad? Communication, talking with our neighbors. We take communication for granted, even with the varied languages we find here in Hunrath. But when we suddenly find ourselves among other intelligent species who don't share our culture, history, DNA, or vocal cords, it requires a huge amount of effort for the beginning of rudimentary chatting. This quick overview will set the stage for what to expect when communicating with our neighbors. Mofang. The Mofang were the first non-humans we met, with at least some level of similar physical vocal generating abilities. They picked up human words quickly. This early mimicry resulted in what the species became to be called. Even though they were able to mimic single words and simple phrases, it became evident over the years that huge grammatical differences were not easily overcome. Some have proposed that the difficulty may have arisen because the Mofang insisted on attempting to learn every human language, and as a result were never able to lock onto any consistent grammatical structure. Nevertheless, in spite of the rudimentary sentence construction, it has been very easy to communicate, and it has been unnecessary for us to learn their language, beyond a few simple phrases and proper names. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the Mofang, please contact Tom. Elaine. The Villain have presented a particular communication challenge. From what we can gather, they produce sounds using 2 large reed-like structures inside opposite sides of their heads. The vibrations generated are channeled to resonance chambers in their skulls, where they are combined into a complex, low-frequency dual tone. The low-frequency bitonal sounds are not only hard for humans to hear and resolve, but impossible for us to mimic. And the Villain's hearing is also oriented toward low frequency, so they are unable to hear most of the sounds associated with human speech. Therefore, communication with the Villain has relied on technology. They have adapted consoles, which the Villain fluently control with vocalization, for use by other species. Over the years, some individuals of other species, including a few humans, have learned to communicate very effectively using this method. Humans have been able to pick out some higher frequency characteristics of certain key Villain words over the years, and although we can't speak to them in a way that the Villains can understand, we are occasionally able to hear and recognize these words when spoken distinctly by the Villain. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the Villain, please contact Vito. Array. None of the stages of the array morphology have any vocalization apparatus, because of the obvious synchronization of the barnacle, flash, and the ability of the pawns to provide for and address the needs of the polyarchs. It was assumed that the species could communicate effectively. It was not until Farley began to spend large amounts of time in the polyarch antechamber that the first clues to this communication became evident. After months of research, Farley began to have limited success with receiving some kind of simple messages that were coming from the polyarchs. It is apparent now that the polyarchs had been attempting to communicate the entire time, but they themselves had been experimenting with various channels until they finally got a response from Farley. After this breakthrough, others were able to tune into the polyarchs and learn to listen. Both the polyarchs and the pawns have a simple organ that can sense human vocal frequency, enabling them to sense simple responses from humans. But over the years, Farley was able to learn to speak to the polyarchs via a related form of extrasensory transmission. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the array, please contact Farley. Wow, there's a lot of instructions here. What's in this blue book? Seed information. Okay. Ambassador seeds. Ambassador seeds were first documented about 150 Earth years ago. They occur about once every 400 days if the trees remain healthy. Natural seed swaps occur between parts of seeds that we now know drop simultaneously from healthy trees in paired sphere. When each seed was touched by species in sphere, the swap occurred, sending an ambassador from each sphere to the paired sphere. Location of the swap is defined by the locations of the pairs of seeds. After the first swap, the seeds recharged quickly, allowing for a quick return. First meetings were intense but naturally short. It was quite a surprise for both the Morphang and us. Over time, the seeds required more time to recharge, producing longer visits between species. Interesting. Collector seeds. Everyone who arrives is familiar with the collector seeds. The bright light that we were all drawn to right before the event that brought us here is a collector seed. What new arrivers may not be aware of is that these seeds, like all seeds, come in pairs. When the tree drops a collector seed on the ground, it signals that its twin has begun its quest for a new being. That search may take hours or it may take years. When an appropriate situation, unnatural threat of death, Wait, what? A natural threat of death? Is found, the seed activates and swaps a smaller but varying sized sphere from Earth, or whatever appropriate homeworld, here to Hunrath. As Hunrath became more populated, we would watch for a newly dropped collector seed, collect it, and place it in the entry canyon area. This allowed us to provide a more predictable entry experience for new arrivers and provide a single area to collect any resources that may have come along with the new arriver. Unlike ambassador seeds and mother seeds, collector seeds do not seem to survive. The inner core is spent, leaving only the lifeless outer husk. Mother seeds. Postulated but unverified. First suggested by Alima Hamsa, 2232 BH. I'm assuming that's before Hunrath. The notion of mother seeds extrapolates the behavior of the lesser seeds to a superseed. She posited that the process that actually created the paired spheres was similar to all other swaps, but on a much grander scale. The idea is that two seeds from a mother tree were scattered on the galactic winds to find appropriately similar environments. When matches were found, some process was triggered that swapped larger portions of landscape between vastly different worlds. Alimo further noted that the tree's location in the center of the sphere suggested that the trees grew from these mother seeds. Because of the similarities, it has been conjectured that reswapping the entire environmental spheres might be possible with a larger scale version of the ambassador seed machine. There's a machine? And that's the end of the notes. Okay then. That's a little weird. Okay, so we got this. Wait. This is on a turntable. Oh. What's over here? Oh. Oh. Okay. Pull that down. So wait, this is on a turntable though. Okay. Wait a minute. So if I put that there, it's a 65. Does this have any other meaning? No. Okay. I'm gonna put it right back where it was. That wasn't there. Oh no, I can't reline it up. Alright, let's try this. There we go. Okay, so it circles between the tower and there. Okay. I don't know. That might be something to remember. I'm gonna write that down. 15 what, slash 65. Maybe it's a dual number. Maybe it's all four. Alright, let's see what's in here. Welcome to Hunrath. Please give us a bit of information about you so we can get to know you a little better. Name, date you came from, please use 4-digit year. Where you came from, country and city. Circumstance under which you were taken, please note any dangers you notice. Emptied and filed, 12,000 AH, 13,000 AH, 15,000 AH. Okay. First one, we have Samuel Karen, January 2017, Manakara, Madagascar. I had just arrived and was driving my supply truck along the coast south of Mamakara when I recall being washed away and the seed appeared. 15,257 AH, male 61. Uzil Regenbogen, 1942, March, Lübeck, Germany. The last thing I recall is a large rumbling while I was hiding in the cellar of a vacant building. I ran toward a bright light in a stairwell. 15,841 AH, male 26. Okay. Maria Gallego, 1988. Cozumel, Mexico, on my boat in bad storms, 16,023 AH, female 46. Jang, oh my gosh, Kittier, March of 2042, Portland, United States of America, skiing Mount Hood, 16,717 AH, male 37. What is this AH business? Emptied and filed 12,013.15. I don't get it. Okay. It looks like it randomly picks throughout time. Okay, what's over here? Okay, those are just drawings. What's this? Ooh. Okay, push play. Oh wait. Yellow tape recorder. Gotta rewind it first. Do. Ah, there we go. Oops. Rewind it back. Play.
Well, I feel like I should say something. We haven't heard from Shavar, so well. So we assume that Shavar. Well, the attack is inevitable. We just don't know when. So Shavar and her family and others she trusts, I guess. Well, they'll arrive when they can, without giving, like covertly. So the plan will happen, in spite of our locking down as much as possible here and moving everybody out. CW will stay here, and I'll go to Murray at the last possible moment. Most are gone. There's just a few left here now. The mayor got out early. I don't even know why I'm recording this. It's like somehow we'll live on or something. I guess this has meaning if someone listens, but who? A new one? A new arriver. Oh, God, the kiosk out front. I need to update that message.
Okay. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Can I take the tape? No. Okay, so there's a side B. Okay. Cool. Come on, play. There we go.
We all lost everything. Everything but our stories. And they shouldn't be forgotten. I was 3. It was April of 1983.
Okay.
So it was 1870 for you.
Okay, so this is going back to the beginning. Okay. Love how the record button's broken. Okay, so 1. Seed pair. 2. Find planets with similar atmospheres. 3. Swap. 4. Tree from seed. Heart connected paths open when mature. Heart superposition. 4 species meet. What happens at fruition? Swap sphere home when maybe dead. More seed pairs scattered throughout the universe. Why scattering? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go out here then. I don't see anything else. Okay, and actually, I think I'm gonna end this as part 1 right now. If you made it, or I should say, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, also feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Also, like, share. Every little bit helps the algorithm. And comment if you want me to keep doing playthroughs. I don't mind doing playthroughs. I actually enjoy them, especially if I've never played them before. Or leave a comment if you like the video and if you have any questions. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.